Hey guys, another relatively interesting development. Karl admits I did not take the bait. To be fair, how much time did you put into Billy's video? I doubt the time between Lush starting a video on you and its publication could be more than an hour or two. Touche. So yes, it takes me exactly 18 minutes to make an 18-minute video and then maybe 15 seconds to 30 seconds. I have business level internet because I do have a home business still. So it does not take me all that long to post this Karl Jobst video. So here they are talking about whereas I imagine your videos often have had quite a bit more effort into them. Lush didn't fall for the Jirard bait. So let me repeat to you what's happening. This individual has lost a massive lawsuit. It does not look like he can appeal because there's no grounds of appeal. I actually did some more research on Australian law, and having reviewed everything, there was no errors in the law, there was no bias that could be proven, and there was essentially there was no grounds to be appealed. Typically, a good lawyer would establish some grounds during the trial just in case they lose. But Karl had not just a good lawyer, he had the best lawyer money could possibly buy, according to Karl. It is a lawyer that he got because a billionaire was going to back his legal fees. Here is another interesting individual. To Lush, I have very important information regarding new drama Karl is involved in. If possible, I'd like to talk to you about the ongoing issue between Karl and Saul on these nuts, right? So it's a joke. You can see the joke is right here, easily Googleable. So they're in their wildest imagination, they're spreading misinformation. They want me to report. I don't think they understand how defamation works, right? So if the idea is to sue me for defamation, you can't be the one spreading the defamatory information. So if the defamatory information is like the completionist Jirard is suing Karl Jobst, and then I somehow fall for it, which is very weird that I would fall for that, right? When I have people fact checking everything that Karl was posting, right? And I would imagine at this point in time, anything Karl has ever posted should be fact checked. That's why the completionist, the moon video, the interesting post about minority individuals, all of this has to be fact checked completely because Karl has misled his viewers, his fans, and now he's attempting to mislead me. Some of his Discord channel has found this to be unacceptable. His Discord occasionally turns on itself. Seems like some people don't always know when something is a joke or not. This is what he said in his Dark Souls apology video. Incorrect, sincerely apologize for providing false information, and no matter what kind of relationship I have with Mitchell, I do not believe that it is ever justified to lie or mislead Mitchell. Also claimed that I was blank from the automatic captions. They'd have to be funny. Maybe Karl should blank about things that are rightly pissed about. Probably shouldn't follow up with 100% serious. Was hoping Lush would fall for it F, right? So again, I think his Discord channel wants Karl to be sued again, this time by me. So let me just kind of explain. It's better that he didn't, or Karl would be in deeper shit. If they were jokes, they have to be funny. Maybe Karl should learn that he's not and stop joking around about things people are rightfully pissed about. Also, if he's going to joke about it, you probably shouldn't follow up with 100% serious if you don't want people to accuse you of lying later. Karl is the cause of his own downfalls here. That's Karl. We saw this from yesterday. I'll repost it. Holy F, the completionist just filed a lawsuit against me. Really? Says somebody who probably doesn't know. 100% serious, Karl responds. Okay, so let me get the strategy to maybe sue me in America for defamation when we have Donald Trump as our president, FYI, right? In his history on defamation lawsuits, is to lie about yourself in such a way that I somehow believe you're lying. This is exactly what happened to the news article guy. We reported on the guy who wrote the 2 news articles saying that it was about cheating in the case. And then Karl used both articles as well as a female news reporter to, in his first 1 minute, to pretend that the case was about cheating, right? Misleading his audience, who did not know it was about Apollo Legend, to think it was about cheating. We saw Karl's tactics before, where he is intentionally, or at the very least, he's not making any corrections to statements he knows is false. Let me repeat that again. He is using statements that he knows is false, right? We actually had an email from the article writer who wrote the article that was titled like, oh, it's about cheating, or, they're going to trial about cheating. And he stated that had Karl known it was false, why use it and not correct it in his video, right? In his I'm going to trial against Billy Mitchell video, in the first minute, he uses both of this writer's articles. He never reached out to the writer. He never, even in the video, said, oh, this is so funny. But in the Discord, he said, how could you get it so wrong? So there's another video which really just roasts Karl in terms of his legitimacy as a journalist, right? Under oath, on American court, he said that he's an investigative journalist. He did. So journalists, there are certain standards that you have to. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. That was a totally different video that I suggest that you watch if you want confirmation that Karl has misled. He's intentionally in my opinion, he's intentionally misleading people. But at the very, very least, he understands that these mistakes are being made, and he fails to correct the mistake, even though he should, as an investigative journalism that he said he was under oath as in the Twin Galaxies case. It would be really interesting if we ever did get in a lawsuit to just show that document and show the tweet and say, hey, this is an unreliable witness, Your Honor. This is a witness who months into swearing an oath that he's an investigative journalist, then tweets that he's never said that. He's literally never said it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. We're going to talk about the overall plan, okay? So the plan of this Discord channel and of this individual is, hey, we're going to spread misinformation about ourselves to make ourselves look bad. Then this other YouTuber is going to report on the misinformation, and then we're going to make him look bad. Like, it's not defamation if you're the one spreading the shit about you, okay? Like, I've always been very careful because I know how manipulative Karl is. I've always been incredibly careful to only use Karl's own words, right? Whenever we show a screenshot, it is either a court document, right? Or it's Karl Jobst himself making some type of random statement, right? So their goal is to lie about themselves in a very negative way for me to then report on them lying about themselves, and then them, I guess, suing me for defamation. But like I said, you cannot defame, like you can't be the one making the defamatory comments, right, about yourself. Right? In no way, and they've gone so to the point. They actually have like it looks like they photoshopped this. They photoshopped legitimate legal documents. I don't know if you call this legal document. I guess it would be like they photoshopped a document to look legal, right? Khalil versus Jobst, right? Originated in Toowoomba. Is this a troll or something? I don't see this based on what you showed. So again, a lot of the audience, right, is completely confused. They're not getting the inside joke. They don't understand what Karl is saying. Is Karl being sued? So not only is Karl spreading misinformation, he's hoping that I report on. His own Discord members some of them have realized that, oh, Karl is just lying about shit now. And they have turned against him. So I don't really know what to say here except like what is the end game? It's the end game. I'm trying to draw like a conclusion here. Like, step one, make defamatory comments about myself, saying that the completionist is going to sue me when I myself know that's not true. But I'm going to say it because, and then you guys say it too, and everyone in the Discord be like, "Wow, Karl, you're getting sued," right? And this, how dare you actually do independent research to verify if a Discord comment is legit? Karl, I've always done my research, right? It's always court documents or words from your mouth. Like, if you're a liar, I'm really baffled at this. That there's a whole Discord channel dedicated to making defamatory statements about Karl, only for other, in the hopes, right? This is what they're hoping, that then YouTubers like myself, I mean, this is obviously directed specifically to me, will then make a video covering the defamatory statement that Karl has been sued by the completionist. That's obviously not true. And then later on, what is the goal? Then Karl comes out in a new drama video and says that, oh, you see how easy it is to misspread information, and what the effort, you're the originator of the misspread information. Right, like, let's go back to the lawsuit, right? It was so difficult for me to find anything from Karl about whether or not there was one lawsuit, two lawsuits, three lawsuits. I had to ask the court to send everything. And we have emails from the court correspondence when they say it's only one lawsuit. Okay, now the question is, are there any imputations about cheating? The imputations did change, or they were rewarded, right? But there was never any imputations about cheating. We confirmed not only with the court, we confirmed with the Billy Mitchell Jr., the son of Billy Mitchell. And Karl still has not been transparent or truthful about exactly what that is. You know, he's still not been transparent. I watched his retraction video, and he really meant, oh, well, I just didn't know if it was a legal concern or a lawsuit. Well, it's whatever, right? I really thought it was about cheating. Look, you paid your lawyers $700,000. If they cannot sit you down and explain the difference between legal concern notice and what you're actually being sued for, this is very, very bad. You have a action against them for malpractice. I fail to believe that your lawyers, over 4 years and $700,000 of legal fees, didn't sit you down and tell you, Karl, this is not about cheating. Please, for God's sake, do not make any more videos about cheating on the person that you defamed for Apollo Legend. And I know his lawyers have told him, because they don't want him to appeal. If Karl does not appeal, this will go down as the biggest YouTube lawyer loss, or I don't know how to phrase it, the biggest legal loss from a YouTuber in history. And the individual is concerned. I mean, one day we're dreaming about renaming the hot sauce company from Billy Mitchell. He's going to take the hot sauce business. He's going to take Billy Mitchell's car, right? And the next day, we are spreading misinformation that we hope will be reported on to make us look bad. So in 12 videos later, we can confront the individual, even though we are the source of the misinformation. If Karl Jobst cannot be a reliable source of Karl Jobst news, that should tell you all the reporting that you need to know about this individual. Like, if the person cannot report faithfully or truthfully about themselves and their situation, which I do not think Karl Jobst can do anymore, or maybe he's never been able to do so, I just don't know. I mean, it's so strange that this would even be a conversation in the Discord. Not only a conversation, like it was like, oh, throwaway conversation. No, they're still having this conversation probably today. Oh, what other information can we misspread about ourselves to make ourselves look bad? And then Lust can cover the information and we'll make him look bad later. No, you have made yourself look bad. This is not defamation when you are the one. You're the one with it. You're the one defaming. And even the topic they chose, like, how do they know Jirard's not going to sue them? Just because Jirard has not sued them today does not mean Jirard may not sue them tomorrow or the next week. And I would guarantee you this, Jirard's going to look at this because his life has been ruined. Whether or not, what percentage you assign to Jirard and what percentage you assign to Mutahar and Karl Jobst, it's up to the viewer, right? We're all going to have different percentages for the most part. But Karl's Discord channel has shown a very, very dark and very, very, very unstable part of Karl. Like, if this is the information, so let's say Karl makes another drama video about Billy or Billy's expert witness or Billy's lawyers or me or anyone else, right? Like, how are you going to trust it? How can you trust anything out of this guy's mouth when he's literally when he's literally lying about being sued by the Completionist and a ploy to get me to lie about him suing? Like, it's so, like, what's the point? Just make a video saying, hey, I don't like how many videos you made. I don't like this. I don't like that. Why not come directly at me? You've commented before in my comment section. I don't see you here, Karl. And I would pin your comment, whatever it is, to the top of my videos. I would do that. I told you I would do that. You have my email address. You can email me. This is just so wild, like this. What is the plan here? Like, what is the plan? I can tell you what the plan is not. Karl is in a country where defamation laws are very different than in the US. And he has made himself so vulnerable. I just don't think he can be a drama YouTuber anymore. And I think he understands this too. I'm sure his lawyer sat him down and gave him a come to Jesus conversation. Because he's not in the US, he's not in Canada, right? Where freedom of speech is much stronger here. The protections, especially in the US, are much stronger. He's in Australia. Where, I looked at the other cases. Yeah, in the US, they're fringe cases at best, but in Australia, they're slam dunks for defamation. And now, according to Billy Mitchell, there are 2 judges. Karl's already pissed off one of them. And not only has Karl pissed him off, Earth's cat is coming after him like there's no tomorrow. Like, you don't think that judge has told the other judge, hey, if you deal with this Karl guy, just understand that he's got the fan base and they're going to try to ruin your lives. Because look at what he's done here. Like, what is their plan here? Like, their plan is to get Karl sued again? Because it's going to work. And he's going to lose again. His reputation in the legal system, very bad. Very, very bad. No appeal means no hope. Which means he just lost a massive lawsuit. A massive lawsuit, and yet this is how he's going to spend his time. Now, you might be like, why do you spend your time? Again, I spend whatever time it took me to make this video. There is no script, as you might imagine. There's not any editing. There's probably nothing. Maybe there's a thumbnail that, like, it's really easy. I make the thumbnail in like 15 seconds. It's all for fun, man. It's all for fun. It's all fun and games over here, because at the end of the day, Karl cannot sue me for defamation for something that he said that defamed himself. I mean, that's just common sense, right? But in an echo chamber, common sense is really hard to find. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Give this video a like. Maybe we hopefully do a live stream. I do have a worker coming in 4 days a week now, so it will help me with my other businesses. So I might have a little bit more time to live stream in the future. Anyway, bye guys.